absorbing game?
I always said after the first leg that a 0-0 draw, it's a difficult score for both, and I think that's what happened today. We reduced the space in the first half to surprise them in the second half with more pressure forward, but once they scored, I think they doubted what we do. We go forward for a second one, or we don't concede one, and then you see that the mental game started. We were well prepared, better prepared than the first game. We were prepared on 1-0 down, 0-1 up, and I think in the end it's experience that wins from maybe a little bit more quality on the Sundowns side over the two legs. That's my vision about it. I have to congratulate my players with a great mentality to play for the team, everyone. To go down in the first half, to play on our own half, it's also mental, because normally we are used to play high and to play dominant. They changed their mindset very well, so I'm very pleased with, and a better game than the first leg, more quality on the ball, good defensive mentality, and well prepared what we had to do in all scenarios.
Members of the media, we'll open the floor to you. Please just identify yourself in your media house.
Claire Bargelès for Radio France International. Claire Bargelès for Radio France International. En français, si c'est possible.
Comme vous voulez.
Comment vous avez trouvé votre équipe? Est-ce qu'elle vous a étonné et qu'est-ce que ça augure pour la suite?
En fait, oui, ils m'ont étonné. Ça fait 2 semaines que je suis là, que je suis arrivé au club. Et il y a quand même des gens qui parlent avec un nouveau coach, ils disent ouais, ça ou ça ou ça. Donc il y avait beaucoup de négativité peut-être dans le club aussi, quelques entraîneurs qui sont passés cette année. Et ils m'ont étonné dans le bon sens, que ce groupe s'est réuni très très vite, en 2 semaines. Et ça se voit dans la mentalité. Donc j'étais très surpris de trouver un groupe qui se sont soudés si vite dans 14 jours. De l'autre côté, je m'attendais le premier match d'un niveau un peu plus haut. Là, on a subi vraiment presque tout le match. Mais aujourd'hui déjà, tu vois que dans le jeu, c'était beaucoup mieux que le premier match. On a gardé plus le ballon et on est sorti plus facilement par rapport au premier match. Donc, le premier match, ils m'ont étonné dans le sens que j'attendais un peu plus. Mais ici, ils m'ont étonné dans le bon sens qu'ils ont donné beaucoup plus que j'attendais. Et le score aussi, c'est fantastique. Ça m'a étonné aussi un tout petit peu, je dois être honnête, parce que je donnais plus de chance à Sundowns pour passer. Donc, très heureux de tout le monde.
Coach, do you mind just a quick brief?
Yes. She asked me if my team surprised me. I said yes, because I came in 2 weeks ago, and when I spoke to people in the club, there was a lot of negativity in the team. Oh, this one does this one is behavior and. But I have to say that in 2 weeks' time, they reunited again, and that you see in the 2 games that it was really a team on the pitch. Maybe in the first game they surprised me that I expected a little bit more quality in possession, and today they astonished me in their mentality, in their group spirit, and also in the score, because I gave a bit more chance, to be honest, to Sundowns to go through more than us. But in the end, as I said in the first question, experience won over a little bit more quality.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay.
I told already yesterday that we have an advantage in the air, and I think we scored 2 headers, one on a cross and one on a set piece. It was also in the first leg an idea to score on set pieces, and if you can do it away, it's even better. So yes, we knew that we had an advantage in the air, and I think we succeeded in exploiting at least one, and maybe also the first one you can count as a cross with a header, especially on their left defender.
Claudio, please go ahead.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the victory. Can you maybe just take us through what exactly is needed for one to go through, such games? I mean, it's a massive game. Maybe just the nitty-gritties of winning the African Champions League. And secondly, Coach, the supporters. when you scored or equalized rather, they were quiet, and in difference from your supporters, when you guys go down at home, the supporters spur you on. Is that also a massive difference or powerful class between them supporters? Thank you.
On your first question, it's my first time. Okay, I had experience to win AFCON as an assistant coach in 2017. I win some local trophies, but in the Champions League, it's also my first semi-final and final. So it gives you, in the last minutes, it gives you a lot of nerves. And after the game, it's a massive weight that goes from your shoulder. And I'm quite calm person on the bench also, but still, even calm persons on that, after such a result, gets emotional and excited. On your second question, yes, I think it's a bit culture. Maybe because of football in northern countries is the number one sport. Here, I think there are other sports that maybe are a little bit bigger than football. And then you see that, we're 1-0 up, we have what we want, so we go quiet. I think it's a massive difference. I think it's culture maybe a little bit, but I cannot talk about too much because our fans are great, and they have to stay great. And I think there will be 60,000-70,000 in Casablanca for the second leg in the final to support us.
Joseph from Swatch. Coach, congratulations on your victory. But looking at your first match and this one as well, playing 0-0 at home and coming to South Africa, what is it that you were banking on that would actually see you through? And just take us, through to the final. Playing Al Ahly as well, looking at how they are. They've got a Percy Tau as well in there who's representing South Africa. What does it say to you knowing that you're going to play Al Ahly, and what worked for you in the first and second leg to get you through?
When I started analyzing Sundowns, I think my full staff was aware of their qualities and their strengths. You could feel during 2 games when Sundowns takes the ball that they push us back, either if we press or don't press. They have passing skills and dribbling skills in midfield, up front, even in the back. So we knew it was going to be a very difficult game, and we did almost 70% defensive work on training. Who goes out, who doesn't, who stay, who picks up the midfielder on the opposite side. But still, because they move so good and they turn all the game around, it's difficult to pick up people. So sometimes that's communication. And then you have the fans. When you have 60,000-70,000, you even don't hear what he says 10 meters further. So that's experience that comes up. And I think this team of Wydad, who's in the semi-final in the last 5 years, if I'm not wrong, you can see that this maturity and experience helped us a lot over the 2 legs. For the final, it's the same final as last year, so I can imagine that Al Ahly wants revenge over Wydad. But I think it will be even more balanced game than this semi-final, because this semi-final, Sundowns dominated in the game. I think against Al Ahly we can play more our game, although I know them well, but I didn't start analyzing because I was focused on this game. Now we have 2 games, one in the cup and the league, so let's focus first on these games before we go into the final. We're very happy to go to the final, like everyone else who plays a final, but we're in 4 competitions. So yes, we're still in the cup next Tuesday, then we go in the weekend for the league, and then we also play in July the Arabic Cup. So we have massive objectives coming up, and game by game. But in such games you don't have to motivate players. In the final they're always there, and everyone. So it's going to be an easy game for the coach to motivate.
Coach Lenente from Wydad, you've been in the job for 14, 15 days. Just how mentally draining has it been for you to try and compete for this game? The first leg obviously as well. And just prepare yourself for obviously what a team that was dubbed the favourites for the trophy.
When you go in such games and you have the feeling after analyzing the opponent that they have a lot of strengths, yes, then you go to defense and mental training. And I must say that to reunite everyone, we did a special mental training, an exercise that I got from a psychologist in Belgium that I do for many years. And it helps because you can see everyone's attitude in a short period of time. So when you arrive and you don't have a lot of information, and I don't want to listen to everyone because everyone gives you information, it's so much, it's better to see with your own eyes. And it helps me a lot to analyze the team and who's the leader, who's this, who's the water, who's carrying the water, who's and from this point of view you're gonna set up your tactics, and I think it went well. But especially the guys picked up very well because we can provide things. In the end, it's always the players on the pitch who does the job. We can guide them, we can give them instructions, but they have to do it. They have to show the quality and the mentality to do it, and they did very well. So the massive compliment goes to them, not to me.
Guys, can we just go to the back, please?
Coach at the back here. A month ago, where were you sitting, and could you have envisaged the position that you find yourself in now? Were you on a beach somewhere? What were you doing a month ago before the call came from work?
I have to count. I'll take my agenda, but I think I was just home. I think 1 month ago they played the quarterfinal against Simba, my old team, my former team. I watched it because I was in a job before in Morocco. I was following the league, but more concentrated on the European League because in my heart I had a little ambition to go to Europe. But when Wydad comes and they call you in the middle of the night, you wake up and you take a plane ticket the next day. So I was not on holiday, I was with the family because I was 7 years in Africa. It was time to spend time with the family, and they were happy as well. And following in the meantime the league, Morocco, European leagues. But in the end, very happy to be here. And as you asked yesterday, my 2 weeks are a little bit extended.
Guys, there are questions in the middle. Yeah, please.
Question at the back. Hello, Coach, News from Africa. Coach, there's talk that back home, a lot of the media are criticizing this with that Casablanca side. A lot of opinions saying it's not the strongest team. For you as a coach, what role have you played in trying to shield the team from all those media reports and helping them focus on the job it had that they did successfully today?
In the north of Africa, they like criticizing. It's almost a habit with them. So players are used to it. Players of Wydad who are in the club for 4 years, they know it happens and they're mentally very, very strong. To shield them, yes, you take away pressure, you take away after 0-0 and one man more in the first leg, that it was not a bad game, that they played well. You change your talks to the media sometimes. I don't say you lie, but maybe you hide the truth a little bit, or you change the truth a little bit to make your story in your dress room and to the media, to protect them, to shield them, and to make them comfortable a little bit, that you're next to them. You're like a brother sometimes, or a father. So yeah, it's a role that you play sometimes to be hard on them inside, and sometimes, or most of the time, protect them outside. And if you see our number 10 who comes in the last 10 minutes, he was criticized a lot. When he came out after 60 minutes in the first leg, they whistled to get him off the pitch. And in the end, it's him, maybe playing his best 10 minutes of the whole season, to take us in the last 10 minutes over the end and to make winning time and keeping the ball. So they know it, they're used to it. I don't say they're trained for it, but they can have something, and my role is this extra 20% to protect them, and that's a role you can play like Mourinho sometimes.
Camu, last question from you, Israel.
Coach, Kamugelo from Soccer Laduma, congratulations on the victory first of all and progressing to the final. Yesterday you conceded that Sundowns are the best team in Africa, and you're not the first coach to claim that, but today you've obviously been victorious. Do you still think that that's the case, and what is it that you think that they lack, that they can't show it in the form of a trophy in the Champions League?
I still believe in what I said yesterday. I think if you look at the technical and variations in their offensive play, I think you didn't see this in Africa for the never. So they're very strong in this. But to give an example, I think it took many years for the runners to go 1 mile under 4 minutes, and once it happened, 1 month after, I think there were another 5. Sometimes you have to win something to get over that point. And Wydad Casablanca is used to win some things, and they won already Champions League. So maybe it's just that extra experience, extra mental part that plays. But if they continue like this, I think they will dominate the next couple of years the Champions League. I will not say they will win it, but they will dominate and always go far. But to really continue a period of winning trophies, you have to get your first one, and not on the local league, but on the continent.
Coach Sven Vandenbroeck, thank you for your time.
Thank you
Congratulations
very
on the
much.
final.